Oh my gosh, I've just arrived at Secrets Resort in Huatulco. This is a beautiful beach destination in the state of Oaxaca in Mexico. I'm going to spend a week exploring all the best things to do in this beautiful beach destination. Follow along, we're going to take a tour.
Huatulco is located on the Pacific coast, just east of Acapulco. Secrets is the region's most luxurious, all-inclusive resort. When you arrive at the property, you'll be greeted by a bellman who will grab your bags. This is the lobby here. Sky-high ceilings, beautiful flowers. There's lush foliage all over the resort. This adults-only property has some coveted suites situations. Look at the views here. So I'm just going to show you the pool access rooms. So these rooms you can book and they have access to a pool right in your backyard. This is my suite. So you've got a shower, a bathroom, a his and hers sink, and then a big spacious suite with a big king size bed, a little work desk, a living room, and we're going to take a look out onto the balcony. Below I can see the all access swimming pool, but great views of the beach below. And all of the suites and rooms at Secrets have ocean views, which is really amazing. This is the spa. So if you're looking to rest and relax on your holiday, make sure to book a massage or a facial. This is the couples treatment room, very romantic. Also has great views overlooking the beach and a romantic, oversized hot tub. The gym is located next door to the spa. Head here in the morning when it's still cool and not yet hot, although it is air conditioned for your little workout. The swimming pools, you'll see two swimming pools on the right that you can swim in together. Then there's the one on the below with the circle that has jets, and on the left there's a huge swimming pool where lots of people like to hang out because there's a swim up bar. There's lots of fun, entertaining programming like this workout class that just finished in the pool. These are all people that are relaxing after their jazzercise together, which is kind of hilarious. They also have cabanas that you can rent, so if you want to have a more intimate poolside experience and enjoy a view from the beach. The beach has shade, which is really excellent, and you can just be like steps on a beautiful sandy beach to plop yourself into the ocean. Waves are so relaxing, a great place to read a book. Let's check out all the different restaurants at the resort. Barefoot Grill is open for lunch, and it's right by the pool and the beach. They serve comfort food like guacamole, hamburgers, hot dogs. Most of the restaurants are located in this little area. This is located right by the lobby, and there's several restaurants, just all access from here. So Tamarindo is the hotel's signature Mexican restaurant. What I really liked about this restaurant is they had a dedicated Oaxacan menu, so if you want to try local dishes, and Oaxaca is considered the culinary capital of Mexico, this was a deep fried Oaxacan cheese, and then I got a beefsteak that was filled with Oaxacan cheese, as well as some mole enchiladas. It was delicious. Castaways was my favorite restaurant at the property. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At breakfast, it's only available to preferred guests, so if you have preferred access, then you get a la carte breakfast. The other restaurants at the resort for breakfast are buffets, and these are a la carte dishes really well composed. They also include a tableside pastry service as well as fresh fruit and yogurt. I ordered the Swiss enchiladas covered in cream and cheese, which was really delicious. And you can also order contemporary takes on eggs benny. They also have lunch, so I popped by for pico de gallo guacamole. They also had a shrimp cocktail dish and Baja fish tacos with refried beans and a really spicy salsa that I drizzled on top there. Castaways is one of the most popular at the resort. Oceana is located next door. It's only open for dinner, and it is the resort's seafood restaurant. They have a beautiful outdoor patio. Inside, you can have glasses of beautiful wine poured for you. I ordered a pasta with shrimp, as well as a fish taco. So come here if you're a fan of the fish. Spice is one of the most popular restaurants at the resort. You can see here they have classic Asian seating, so you're sitting on the ground, but the real star of the show here is teppanyaki. It gets so busy that you really have to book this as soon as you arrive to the resort. Sometimes it's a 3 or 4 day waiting list. If you've never had teppanyaki before, it's where they will have a Japanese chef in front of a griddle like this where they prepare several dishes in front of you. There's often some entertaining, hilarious kind of like knife work and magic like this one where they made a volcano of onions. Everyone claps. It's really fun, especially if you have never experienced it before. Make sure to book the teppanyaki. It doesn't cost anything extra. You just need to make sure you book it in advance. They'll offer a mixture of chicken, beef, and shrimp. You can order one of each, or you can just order one specifically that you like. It also comes with some grilled vegetables. You saw that I also had some fried rice there as well. And a great way to meet other people at the resort. When you're sitting beside someone, you can chit-chat. It's a fun experience. There's also entertainment at the resort. Right after I finished dinner, they had set up this concert and a really nice vibe. If you're also looking to see some live shows, there's a theater that is located on the floor upstairs, and there's always something to do in the evenings here. Let's take a tour of all the best things to do in Huatulco. The Tequila Catamaran is definitely one of the most popular experiences. I would say it's probably one of the top 3 things that people do when they come to Huatulco. Any catamaran cruise, this is one specifically that is focused on snorkeling. You can see lots of people on the boat get their photos taken. We got off after doing a little cruise around some of the beautiful bays, got on a smaller boat, and then took the boat to the beach, dropped off some of our things. If you don't like snorkeling, you can just rent one of these umbrellas, and the locals here come to sell you some delicious treats. And then you can snorkel for about an hour, get back on the boat, and then our last stop on the cruise was Amugue Beach, which was filled with seafood restaurants. So we stopped here for a plate of fried fish, shrimp tostadas, some fries, and really nice salsa. It's a really fun day if you're looking to explore Huatulco's beautiful bays. Piedra de Moros is a mountain range, and we went with Go Venture, which is a tour operator that offers tours at sunset with beautiful views over the mountains, but they do it from these, what they call a triceratops. So it's like a really, almost like a tank, which is a 4x4 open roof, and we're driving right through the forest. Then we did a little bit of a 20-minute hike to get these gorgeous views of the mountains. Everything was timed for sunset, and we were given a great surprise with Prosecco and pizza. So we had sparkling bottles of Italian wine. They had ordered pizza. There were also some grapes and strawberries. So if you want to enjoy an outrageously jaw-dropping sunset with really beautiful views, and you're going to get here in one of the most unique ways in a 4x4 with this gorgeous sunset experience. Hagia Sofia is about an hour-and-a-half drive from the city. It is a family-owned tropical garden, and they also have ziplining. So we started off with a tour with the owner, and he gave us a tour of all of the different tropical plants and trees that they have on the property. We skipped over a river, checked out this really cool bamboo forest, and then got a tour of some of the really cool fresh flowers and tropical plant varieties that are on the property. They actually grow some of the most unique fruits, some of them from Southeast Asia, that are only made in this part of Mexico. Then you can go ziplining if you dare. I've been ziplining a few times before. I find it frightening, especially when I'm holding a tripod trying to take a video of myself, so just listen to me screaming here.
Okay, go. Oh my God.
After that hell-raising experience, we had lunch. So right on the property, they produce Mexican lunches that everyone gets to enjoy. It was really fun to watch the ladies preparing our meal. It's in an open concept traditional kitchen. You can see here she's making tostadas, so taking tortilla and then putting these heavy clay pots on to basically make like tortilla crackers that makes them crunchy, so you can enjoy like an open-faced lunch. They also had samples of many of the tropical fruits that they grow on the property. So these are local tangerines and bananas, pineapples. I loved the cups that they gave us. They're clay and they have little faces on them. And lunch was a chicken situation with beans and rice with spicy salsa and tostada. Really delicious and fresh tropical fruit juice. In the evening, we did a sunset kayak. If you're a lover of boats and kayaking. Sunset is obviously very popular here because it's beautiful and so romantic. The kayaks are really sturdy, 2-people kayaks, and you don't have to worry at all about tipping over. They're really, really sturdy. We had some fun taking selfies, and we pedaled around the bay. There's a cute little island, and you could see some of the nearby resorts, so it was kind of a nice little tour of the waterfront. There were also lots of birds that were flying around, and then when we got back to the beach, we were totally surprised by the fact that they hosted a party. So they had all of these snacks in a kayak, and then they had a pop-up cocktail bar, which was really fun. They played some really fun music. It was almost like a dance club on the beach. The next day, we checked out the waterfalls. Huatulco has several different waterfall locations, and many different tour operators offer tours here. This particular location looks like kind of a scenic creek and river. There's areas to jump right into the waterfall, as well as ropes to like dangle like you're Tarzan and plop yourself right into the water. It comes from a natural spring, so even though it's hot out, the water is really cold. They've got some swings as well that you can have fun on. After everyone went swimming, our guide provided some local mud that's apparently good for your skin, and then we finished the tour at a local restaurant. Again, we're seeing them making delicious tortillas. They made a whole spread of dishes, so I'm going to walk you through it because they were absolutely delicious. So they had a rice dish as well as classic beans, tortilla, this is cactus, a chicken mole, and they also had this pork carnitas and a fabulous chipotle chicken, which is nice and like a little smoky and spicy. So we just had a little buffet that we could enjoy. They also had coronas and hibiscus juice. Really great way to finish the day. In the evening, we went to a mezcal tasting at a really cute art gallery. So this is a really unique experience. They basically did a tutored tasting with a little piece of paper where we could make notes on the aromas and flavors. They walked us through 4 different mezcals. Each mezcal was produced using a different type of agave, so you could actually notice how some of them have like smokier notes, or maybe they taste a bit sweeter. We learned how to look at the mezcal for the legs on the glass to see how viscous and how much alcohol was inside. This was around 50% alcohol by volume. The tasting also includes a selection of local fruits, even some fried crickets, and balls of Oaxacan cheese. You can, of course, purchase some of the mezcal to take home, but they also have all this artwork, really beautiful art, so you can also purchase art to take home. They do the shipping, and one of the guests that was with us actually purchased a surfboard covered in beautiful artwork. Santa Maria Huatulco is the main scenic town within the region, a short 30-minute drive from where we were staying at the resort. They have a beautiful cathedral, a market, and it's a great spot to visit on a tour throughout the region because there's lots of coffee and cocoa plantations nearby. Let's take a quick tour of the cathedral. When you skip inside, you'll see there's lots of beautiful pews. They have frescoes on the ceiling as well as beautiful artwork. And the right next door to the square is the market. So these are all local farmers that come to sell their peppers, even women who make their own tostadas, jarred honey. On our next stop, we went to a shop that just specializes in making tostadas. We were told that the women here have to make 1,000 tostadas a day. On the right-hand side, you can see this shows how many tostadas are expected to be made a day. And then they had a little tasting. It was breakfast time, so we had a tostada with some black beans crumbled with some local cheese and some spicy salsa. And then they poured us some hibiscus juice. Ruta Isla is a coffee and cocoa plantation run by a family. On the left, you'll see these are little coffee plants, and then these larger ones are about 5 years old. These are other coffee trees. We could see all the different coffee berries, and then we got a little education on how local coffee farmers hand pluck the coffee beans and put them into these little baskets. And then after we got a tour of the actual farm, they took us to the artisanal roasting area so we could see how they make it in a traditional way. So they take, after the skins of the berries have been removed, you see these are just like the white beans that get separated by using this large table. And then this area over here, these ladies are roasting the beans over a wood-fired stove, essentially. It takes about an hour to roast the beans, and then once the beans have cooled, they're put into this little machine here where you hand grind the beans, and then the ground coffee is then put into this pot that was over the stove. It's got hot water in it, and then they pour them into these cute little locally made clay coffee cups. I had mine with a little bit of sugar. After we had our coffee, we were buzzing and headed over to the cocoa farm. These are cocoa pods, so this is what makes cocoa, as well as, of course, chocolate. So we finished with a explanation of how cocoa is prepared. So these are the beans that are being toasted over an open fire. They showed us what the different varieties of pods look like. We even cracked one of the pods open and got to taste them. The pods are surrounded in a slimy situation, and then once their beans are finished roasting, they're then hand crushed and ground using this very traditional Mexican technique using this is a volcanic stone, and then they have a special utensil that frothes up the chocolate, and we had a hot chocolate. So they used the chocolate that we had ground, added some sugar, and added a little bit of local cinnamon. This is the kitchen and restaurant where we finished our visit. They made us a soup with spinach and masa dumplings, which is really yummy. And then these are open-faced, thick tortillas that are topped with beans, and we had a selection. So the one that was just cheese, another had beef, and another had pork, and we splattered them with lime. You are just going to love Huatulco. It is a beautiful beach destination, lots of lovely culture, great food, and fun experiences. Enjoy everything from the all-inclusive, adults-only Secrets Resort.